first couple pages of this chapter, you know, I seen where Kubo was going with this, man. But I'm going to get into that later in this review. What's going on, everybody? It's me, Captain Days. We're live action. You already know what it is. Here to bring you my Bleach chapter review of Bleach chapter 661, titled My Last Words. Now, one thing I did like about this chapter, well, one of the many things I did like about this chapter was the way it opened up. You see it picks up right where the last chapter left off. And, of course, Hashwath, Ichigo, Uryu, Chad, or Hime, they're all still there. Of course, Uryu, he tells Ichigo, look, do as I say, make your way to the Sun Gate. Hashwath says again, I've already foreseen this. The Sun Gate that leads to the world of the living has been destroyed. Of course, they're shocked and surprised, and I'm thinking like, well, damn, well, so much for that invasion of the world of the living that I really thought that I was going to lead somewhere. But maybe it still can. If not an invasion, maybe the final battle will take place in the world of the living. So he says, you know what, I'm going to put an end to this. You know, I'm going to destroy you, put an end to this ruse before His Majesty wakes up from his nap. And right there, of course, that's when Uryu was like, oh yeah, Ichigo, look, haven't you noticed his eyes? You know, they switch powers when Yuha is napping. Ichigo was surprised with this. This is the first time he's ever heard of this. He says, so look, why don't you go up there, wake him up, and the powers will switch. You know, so that way, you know, it'll be a good advantage. And he goes off and takes off. You know, he tells Ichigo, look, don't worry, you know, I don't intend for this to be my last words. He says something like that along those lines. And he tells Hashwath, oh, I'm surprised you didn't chase after him. And he says, I'm starting to sound like a broken damn record. I told you, I foreseen this. So, of course, he said their fate is sealed. They will perish. Like, that's what Hashwath, he didn't go after him. He said they will die. I foreseen that they will die. And Uryu states that, well, this thing we call fate, it can be changed, can it not? And, of course, he activates his bow. And I like the way his bow look. One thing I like about Uryu, we've seen he had different amounts of bows throughout the series of Bleach. You could say it's a representation of how he got stronger. So I guess with Uryu, the stronger he got, the more he progressed in power, his bow was looking different. I guess just symbolizing he got stronger. But I wonder if it's like that for all Quincy. So we see with the other Star Knights that they have different type of bows, which I do like that. How it's just diverse. Not everyone just has just a regular standard energy bow or a physical looking bow made out of reishi, of course. But it makes you wonder if that was always the bow that they had. But then again, we see with Basby, kind of make you wonder if that was the case. We've seen him with the bow gun when he was a little kid, and you see that's how he is now. But anyway, I'm pretty sure in attack power he got stronger. So the funny thing is, you know, he said, you surprised me, Uryu, the way you are now. You weren't like that a minute ago. So that's what Uryu said, oh, well, I shouldn't surprise you if you're so-called omnipotent, got this omniscience, you got the power of Juha, you know, hey, the Almighty, you should be able to see into the future. So why is it that I surprised you? Maybe this whole ability of his hasn't yet fully grasped you. So I like the panel where you see Hashwath, my boy, take out the claymore, and I like that panel of Uryu. How he's just ready. He got the finger ready, the index finger ready, pointing at him around his bow. I mean, I know he's not pointing at him like that, but that's how they do it with the bow and arrows. And he has that look of just readiness, concern, just scared, shocked, just everything. He's ready. So we see Ichigo and friends, they're running, or he may get teary-eyed and starts crying. Ichigo questioning her what's wrong. She's just relieved the fact that Uryu is not a traitor. You know, she's just glad that she's finally got confirmation from the horse's mouth instead of just wondering and hoping and hoping. So at this point in time, as they're going up to the top of the war well where Juhai is, where he's napping, we see these statues that just come to life. And to me, this is the most random thing. Well, no, the most random thing of the chapter. I'm not going to say of this arc, no. But I guess this is the last line of defense, you know, before you're going into Juhai's room, you know. And of course, Chad, bam, he goes into action. He breaks one of the spears, and these statues are very big. They have spears. You see the Quincy symbol at the top. Look like they have these ring circles around the hair of the Quincy cross emblem, and they have on, you know, of course, no shirts, of course. And the thing is, Chad, of course, says, "I got this. You go on ahead." And I know you see Ganju. He comes out of nowhere, and of course, he was following them, but he states that he got lost and he was just wandering around. But now that they're up into the mix, he told Ichigo, look, go ahead. So now it's Ichigo and Orihime going towards Juhai, where Chad and Ganju stay behind. And of course, we see a sweet-ass picture of Chad, you know, the back shot of Chad where his arm is already form, and you see his other left arm just taking form. He's ready. Because I like the new outfit of Chad, and it's looking even better now that both his arms are fully activated. And that's the end of the chapter. Now, and see, I want to unsheath Ben Hime, but I'm saving that for when Urahara makes his appearance. You know, basically overall, this chapter to me I enjoyed it. I liked it. It was solid, steady, good pacing. Things were moving forward, but here we are again. Like I said, but here we are again where this is leading to more divided fights that can actually hinder the story from progressing. We already have Toshiro and Star Knight M. We have Yodorichi and Askenak LeVar Star Knight D. Then we have now we have Chad and Ganju with the statues. And we have Uryu and Hashwolf. Now we have Ichigo and Orihime going to take on Jurai. And the thing is, what Kubo did here, what I was talking about at the beginning of this video, I see what he did. He brought in these statues for Chad to fight. To me, these seem like placement opponents. Because remember, I always said, what is Chad going to do against Jurai? I don't care how much advancement Chad has had. Now yes, he has experience. But also at the same time, he only trained, twice? Let's see. He trained with Renji. He went to train with Urahara, but Urahara said, my Bunkai isn't the type of Bunkai that's meant for training. Trained with Renji. Then he trained in Hueco Mundo with Orihime. And even still, I'm thinking like, how he is not that strong to me to where I could see him taking on a Star Knight. Let alone a captain. I mean, come on now. So I guess this is just another version of when the Visor showed up during the Fate Katakura Town fight. You seen all the Gillians. Those are just placement things I feel to show off the capabilities of the Visors. Because let's face it, you think all of them they couldn't pull off what they did to those Gillians. They couldn't pull that off against Aizen. Even if they all jumped him. Aizen is just too fast and too strong. He'd have just straight murked them all at once, I believe. So, now it'd have been interesting if each and every last one of them went Bunkai. Well, I don't know about Hiyori or Lisa. I kind of even know about Hachi going Bunkai. But, you know, Rose, Kensei, Love, you know, they just all go Bunkai. Shinji all go Bunkai and just straight jump Aizen. That'd be interesting to see, but even still. So anyway, I think these statues are just placement opponents. And just to show off the progress of Chad and the progress of Ganju, because Ganju did train. But the thing is, how impressive can this be? Because we don't know the strength of these statues. They're just statues. They kind of look like sand grittiness. They kind of remind me of the filler enemy in Hueco Mundo, that big sand hollow that Rukia fought, that she froze. But this also brings me to, I guess this is the answer of when the rest of the Fullbringers come in. Because remember, I kept saying and wondering, like, the numbers are not adding up. They aren't adding up. Especially with what happened with the Miracle. This motivator laid out so many people. I mean, look who's all down. Ukitake down. Shunsui down. Kumamura back into a wolf. Byakuya down. Renji down. Rukia down. Shinji down. Kenpachi healing / down. Ryuri / down. So who's going to really help out? What, Yumachika? Even though his Shikai can seem effective, but still. Ikaku. Momo. I mean, what the hell? Oh yeah, and now she's basically not really into the mix. And then Nemu, we all know what's up with that. So if you look at the numbers, it seemed like Star Knight M, he came and just made the playing field kind of even, kind of. But yeah, we see, now I'm still thinking who's going to take out the Miracle and Askenak LeVar. Grimmjow's still down unless he's going to get up and get back into the fray. Or Urahara is going to come in on these three, or one of the four outcomes. Now he's going to come in and do something tripped out or critical and have a very effective Bunkai against the Miracle, or Askenak LeVar, or Hashwolf, or Juhai. But I kind of don't hope now, because that would seem like a full repeat of when Aizen fought Ichigo. You know, Ichigo did all he could, and here come Urahara. It's like a copy and paste. So I hope that's not the case. Damn, that rhymed. But anyway, I do hope we see my boy Genjo. I do hope so. I know a lot of people don't want to see him, but that's the thing with me, man. I mean, And that's one of the reasons, I thank you all, for watching my reviews and videos, because y'all know I keep it real. I don't just follow the masses and just follow the crowd like sheep. Y'all know I don't really care about Rukia at all. I'm not saying for the people and the other Bleach reviewers who do care about Rukia, they're just doing it to hop on a Rukia bandwagon. No, I'm not saying that. But me, no, the Elite Ace does not care about Rukia. Yes, the Elite Ace does like Genjo, and Super Sema. A lot of people don't like Genjo, but so what, that dude is cool to me. So I can't wait to see how much stronger he got, the explanation of if he still has his full bring powers, because technically he's a soul now. So I can't wait to see about that. But yeah, they may come in when things may get too hectic for Chad or Ganju. That's what I honestly think. And now we see it looks like for the opponent for Hashworth, it will be Uryu. So maybe Uryu will be the one to kill Hashworth. Will he do it while he has the powers? These are the two scenarios, I think. Hashworth is going to get the upper hand. No, first Hashworth is going to get the upper hand, and then maybe Uryu is going to fight back, counter back. And then Hashworth is going to go into his final holy form. Plus with the mixture of the abilities of the A Almighty. And right when Uryu is geared to die, that's when Ichigo wakes up Juha. And then that's when Hashworth will be like, oh damn, I'm back to Star Knight B. Oh damn. Or maybe Uryu, he's going to use some of the powers of the Almighty. See, if I'm assuming he can. I mean, he drank the blood and he has the script of A. I'm assuming. I don't know though. That's if it'll be interesting to see Uryu's final holy form. Man, now that I would love to see. He should have one. I would love to see that. But overall, yeah, that's my thing about Elite. Or she may be there for healing and shielding purposes, but even still, I don't know. Who knows? But I don't know, man. This is getting crazy right now with Bleach. You got just the last line of defense statues. Grimjaw, please do something. I was so glad when he came back just to get put off again. I guess he was just brought back to tell fans, yeah, he's still alive. All right, let me put him back right here. What the hell? So, damn, that's about it. At least give me your thoughts, comments, and concerns. Do you think Hashworth has a final? Do you think Uryu has a final holy form, and do you think he will activate the abilities of the Almighty? And do you think he will be the one to kill Hashworth? And do you think it is really, really, really get ready to wrap up with the series? We see there is nothing now. Nothing stopping Ichigo from heading to Juha right now. There's nothing in his way. So let me know down in the comment section below. It's me, Captain Vazquez. Thank you all so much for watching. See you next week with what? Bleach chapter 662. Signing out.